If you're somebody who deals with indecisiveness and overthinking, this video is definitely for you. Today, I'm going to show you the most simple and effective way to endlessly sample what your environment's throwing you, and it allows you to endlessly know the answer through the most simple method. And honestly, I'm going to do this on my whiteboard. You guys know me, I'm a whiteboard and sticky guy. Grab a piece of paper because this is probably what the 9 elements that are telling you everything that you need to go or need to do in order to get through the process. But a lot of times what happens is our mind is sending us left, our body's sending us right, and the soul, mind, body, and spirit, the soul holds it together, and the soul is like indecisiveness is like left or right. You're being pulled both ways. Which way do you go? Don't go either. Stay in the center. Because the soul holds together both of those experiences as one. And if one's going this way and one's going this way, you're going to be conflicted on the inside, which is going to make decisions really hard. Also, if you're somebody who posts content and you're in between identities, like I used to be a service-based creator and now I'm a self-sufficient creator, like if I'm still trying to be a service and self, like how do I market it? How do I post it? So if you have a hard time posting, simply your identity's shifting. And if your identity's shifting, wait to identify, or identify as soon as you can. Don't wait for it, but like don't move forward on anything you're doing until you recenter your identity. And today's exercise works for all that. So what we're gonna do is, if you grab a piece of paper or a whiteboard, create 8 slots. I just spaced mine out nice and evenly. And all these categories are the most important to the entire human experience, right? Like work, friends, partners, money, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and environmental. With that, you don't have to make a decision. All you have to do is understand each element of what they're throwing to you and write it down. And I'm going to do this live with you today because I need to do this for myself just to get a little bit more clear on what I need to do moving forward, right? Because a buddy today was like, hey dude, how's work going? And I'm like, I'm kind of on the in-betweens. And when I said it, I felt it. And when I felt it, I was like, cool, let's get really clear. So that is today's YouTube video, right? So at work, I would say music is appearing, and all you have to do is simply sample and understand, like, if you date the same partner for years or different partners and the same person keeps showing up, what is that same person, in a different person? What is that same personality bringing through a different person? It's like, if you endlessly attract somebody who doesn't have time for you and you work, it's showing you that you're spending too much time on your work and you need to give yourself more free time doing what you love outside of work, right? But it's like everything around us mirrors us in a sense of like, if I hold up my right hand, somebody on the other side of the mirror has their right hand up, but it's actually their left. And if I'm not giving myself enough time, free time from work, then a partner that I date is going to be like, I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? And they're like, no, I'm working tonight. Like I've had that lesson before, and that's where this came from. So it's like right now in work, I have a lot of people with music. I just edited a video for a chick who's doing music concert assemblies. My buddy Andrew just left. He's a musician. It seems like music's a big part of what I'm doing. So, and I just edited a video to Fred again. I love music, right? Work is Akashics is popping up, and spirituality, which is random. Well, kind of. And then I'd say, what else is popping up on work is, the Eclipse Festival. So Eclipse Iceland reached out and asked me to be a remote editor. And I'm like, what if you guys send me there, right? So I'd say that's all that's popping up from work, and then I'm building my stuff, okay? So what you do is you sample each of these, and we'll go through these so you guys, I'll soundboard it to you so it can give you clarity on what you look for, but you just look for the commonality and everything appearing. Like, 5 years ago when I was in business and I was like, somebody's like, what are you doing? And then I was like, I don't know. And then I thought about it. I was like, every company I work with was launching or rebranding, which is the same thing. So I was like, I'm in the launching and rebranding space, And it's like, and all I did was look at my 3 past clients and was like, pretty simple. And that's a good rule too. I'm glad I brought that up. It's like, look at the 3 most relative for each, right? So friends, I have a friend who is a musician, but he's switching. So he's a hybrid. He's actually a financial advisor who is a musician. So it's a unique fit, but he's leaning more into music right now, and finance isn't as important. Then I have, let's see, a friend who is in Akashics, and building AI. And cool. And those are the 3 most relative in my environment right now. And then, partner, I don't have a partner, so I don't have a direct mirror. So I'm going to exclude that one, because if you do have a partner, like whatever is wearing you out, or whatever is frustrating towards you that they keep doing, is something that your subconscious is trying to show you that you need to pay attention towards. So I'll talk about this one. So for instance, like, I'm somebody who loves to work. I love what I do, right? But I also saw it in my last relationships, my last two, where I'd endlessly want to do something with them and be excited, and they're like, no, I'm working, or no, I have to do this, no, I have to do that. And I was like, do you not have time for me? Because I wasn't creating time for myself. So in seeing that, I created a lot of time for myself. And that's my daily schedule now. And it's funny, when I'm attracting in, it's beautiful because I'm giving myself the time of day. So sample that with your partner. Like, whatever is frustrating you, understand that they're simply showing you a part of yourself that needs a little rewiring or attention in order to solve all of it, right? Money, 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 money. So what's a good way to put this is, so clients aren't showing up, which is good, right? It's like, that's what really pushed me to be a self-sufficient creator. Is like, man, I really want to, and when I'm working on client stuff, I'm always thinking about working on my own stuff, right? And I only did client stuff for the money. And then it's like, clients aren't showing up right now, which means it's time to double down on myself. And I definitely feel the momentum there, right? So it's like, there's a key indicator of everything that started this YouTube series and everything that I'm rolling out right now. And it feels amazing, right? It feels incredible. What else with money is, I would say it's falling away right now, but I know I'm going through a scarcity lesson. So it's always like, to me too, it's like money is like a tsunami. Mine always comes in big waves. Like, I'll make 20K in a month out of nowhere, and then I'll have a couple months without, and then 20K out of nowhere. It's cool, but I feel like what's coming in is bigger because it's falling away, but I'm not scared. And then what else is money showing me? There has to be another one. Let's see. What other aspect is money showing me? Oh, I'm doing a lot of repayments. I'm catching up. That's why it's falling away. So it's repaying. It's just like, I got $400 of tolls from I'm not used to Texas tolls, and don't check my mail. And I was like, oh, fuck, $400 of tolls. Let's pay those. And I was like, and then alluding to money falling away, but it's not really falling away. It's the illusion. And it's like, all that's testing is a scarcity wound. So I can even write that on this as like, scarcity test. And if I'm being tested, that means a lot's coming in on the backside. That is my truest belief. Mental, I'd say mental right now has been empty, which is a blessing. I love it when it's empty. That is like, it's so nice to live in empty, because you can hear your intuition very, very clearly. But if your mind's busy, it's really hard to hear your intuition. I would say empty, curious. I've had a lot of curiosity lately, which means I'm about to start building something, or it's like, it's trying to get my attention of something that's coming in. And then I'd say clear, very clear. I felt pretty damn clear lately. So I'd say mental's in a good spot. Physical, I feel pretty good. So my body's it's been heavy lately. Heavy, and I'd say tight, but strong. It's like today at the gym, I hit arms and shoulders, and I was like doing a superset of curls at the end, and was like, man, I feel tight. Like, I feel good. I feel vascular, which means my body's really happy. My energy's low today because yesterday I did like, I don't know, a week's worth of work in like 5 hours. That's how I operate. I'm very bursty. I'm a projector, right? Emotional, I have no charge. So it's not like super happy or super flat, which is okay. So I'm in a neutral state. And then I'd say emotionally, I'm excited and optimistic, which is typically the vibration that brings in some really cool shit for me. So it's like, I'm not reaching for anything and attaching to anything, but I'm like, man, I can feel something coming in. I don't know what it is. I don't need to know, but when it lands, I'll know it. And then emotional too, it's like, I feel open. I feel open / non-guarded, which is fun. It's such a good space to be in. It's like, I can talk to a girl and flirt with her, but not flirt because I'm so open. And it's not like I'm trying to get a relationship. I'm just like, it's fun. It's free. It's what human nature is, right? And then I'd say spiritually, I feel, today's a weird day. It's like, I feel spiritually plugged in, but my channel's not open today. So I'd say but I'm trying to even sample for the week is like optimistic, connected, and grounded. I love that. Because I'm not in a rush. I'm not hungry or thirsty. Thirsty is like I want it instantly. Hungry is I'm willing to work as hard as I can to get it. I'm neither of those right now. I'm very content. Content's a really good word, which is typically the step that you rest on before you accelerate to something new. And then my environment is throwing me synchronicities like crazy. And it's been lots of 8s. Like yesterday, I hung out with this chick, and on the way, I saw 8888 on a license plate. And then I dropped her off at her car, 888. And then I saw a text from her today, and 888 again on a license plate. And I was like, cool. Noted. So abundance, and then I'd say connections. Like a lot of people are reaching out to connect with me, which is a good thing because they can sense something that's coming in. This will be so cool when something does come in too, to be like, remember that video we shot a couple days ago? Well, here's what happened. This is what I love about, they call this process like building in public. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing really, but I know I'm leaning towards something, and I'm just building in public with you and taking you along for the ride and sharing anything I can with you, and also creating clarity in myself, which is like the greatest gift, right? So synchronicities, connection, and I would say partnerships. And I have a lot of talented people around me. I actually just cleansed my circle, chose solitude or sovereignty, and then really did some deep healing, shadow work if you must, and then was like, all right, I'm ready to get out of this. Somebody pulled me out of it. He's a good friend now. And a lot of connections are coming from that are very aligned, right? It's like the conversations I'm having with people are so deep and so specific to where my life is going, and they're all validating it. Not that I need the validation, but I mentioned something the other day about going to Seattle, and then somebody's like, oh my God, I could totally see you there. And like, by the way, I'm going to probably be there too. And I'm like, cool, noted. And that's what I mean, like taking all that feedback without like creating something from something that catches your attention. Don't create something from it, but look for multiple hits from the environment, from people around you to lean into something. Because like I break this down, it's like music, stochastic, spiritual, eclipse. It sounds like my life's getting, and I'd say like music, creativity, spirituality is all one bubble there, right? Like to me, it's all the unseen. So the unseen is becoming very prominent in my life. My friends are very creative. So it's like, let's do creative for friends. Environment is very unseen, spiritual. And I'm doing these below each one. So once you have a sample, it's like my mind can endlessly be like, all right, all that stuff is, and that's what I'm soundboarding to y'all. So it's like the work stuff, music, Akashic, Eclipse, Iceland, my stuff. It's all very spiritual and unseen. Friends, musician, hybrid, Akashic, building. That's all creative, right? Partners. I don't have any partners in my life right now, so we can leave that blank. Clients aren't showing up. Money's falling away, but not afraid. Paying back a lot right now. So it's like money is in a scarcity test. I'd say money is in karmic right now, or karma. Or it's like creating a big wave soon. And I feel that. That's why I feel so grounded with everything that's happening. I'm like, oh, this sucks. I just paid $400 in tolls I didn't expect, but I was like, we'll be fine. More must be coming in. Mental, so empty, curious, and clear. Empty, curious, and clear. So that's like, that's like creative as well, right? It's like, it's kind of like the muse. It's like cleansing the palate. I like that, cleansing the palate. Because like all those are pretty neutral in a sense. Curiosity is starting to step into forward motion, but it's like clear, neutral, empty, neutral, curious, forward movement. So it's like mentally my mind's charging up for what we're about to do, is how I perceive that. Body, heavy, tight, strong. So I'm going to have something physical coming up. Because I've been really focused on my nutrition, getting stronger, getting my cardio up. Because I kind of went into like what's a good way to put that? Is I went into a very introspective space and knew I had to do some laundry in my body, and was like, cool, let's spend time alone and let's get really clear on everything to create space for whatever's coming in. Emotional, no charge, excited, optimistic, open. So I'd say I'm emotionally recharging / grounded. And then spiritual is optimistic, connected, and grounded. Optimistic, connected, and grounded. What word summarizes that? Optimistic, connected, and grounded. Aligned. Okay. Boom. And this is so cool. I love this. I love doing this shit on camera because I don't even have a plan. So here is the coolest thing. And it's so funny. It took me a while to get that word. But it's like, so when we break this down, it's like, my work is going into spiritual unseen stuff, which really excites me. But it's like it's taking the woo-woo out of it and making it simple and practical. And it's so much fun. And I think that's mastery of spirituality, right? And then friends are all creative. Cool. That's aligned. This is very aligned. Partners, no partner right now, I'm okay with that because if I'm in full alignment, one's going to attract very quickly. So then money, it seems like karmic, and then big wave coming in soon. So, and that will come from alignment. And being aligned, money flows in. And in doing service-based work and endlessly working on other people's stuff when I wanted to work on my own, that's out of alignment. I've been pulling myself into alignment. This is fucking dope. Mental, cleaning the palette. I'm a mental projector. When this palette's clean, oh, it's so cool. Like downloads will come in and I'll build something out of the blue. Like Eden was a download. The personal brand accelerator, my whole website, and Enoch, all downloads from December 13th. Physical is I'm getting my body in physical shape, which is where I feel my best. I'm a Cap rising. I love my no matter what. If I don't work out and I eat like shit, I'll still stay shredded. But when I eat healthy, and I've been really focusing on fats and proteins lately because I've been burning a ton in my mind, my body feels so good when I eat those fats and proteins, like minimal carbs. I don't believe in carbs very much. I still eat them, but I grew up on the ketogenic diet. I had epilepsy as a kid. I had grand mal seizures from 4 to 14, magically outgrew them, and did that diet as a study because ketones increase the threshold to have a seizure so that you don't have seizures. So, but I know what my seizures were. They were not a medical diagnosis. And then emotional, recharging and grounded. It's like I should be grounded, 1 foot on the ground, be big but stay grounded. Sammy Adams, I love that statement, is like, I always keep 1 foot on the ground and my head in the clouds. That is when I'm at home. And that's where this shows me, right? And then spiritually aligned. So I would say I am aligned with my higher self and truest self. And if you know anything about me, it's source, not force. So and this is so important too, is like, if I am aligned, there's nothing else I need to do but stay in alignment. And staying in alignment is maintenance. So it's like, I just mentioned it, it's like working out every day. It's huge for me. I love it. Whether it's like grounding or energizing, as my body always knows what to do. And on days that I don't want to work out, I go for a walk and I connect with nature. And it's like a 2-hour walk. And it's just like letting my mind air out. But it's like, when you're in alignment, it's like continue to do the things that have pulled you into alignment, but also don't do anything outside of it that feels off. If it's like, for me, instant, like if somebody's like, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, that's a no. It's a no. No. If I'm like, man, that sounds dope. When are you doing it? That's leaning into a yes, right? So it's like, and that's what I do is like, number one is when you get in alignment, man, we got some burps coming through. When you get into alignment, stay in alignment. Notice what feels good and keep doing what feels good. Yesterday's video, which I'll put at the end of this one, is really, really key of just positive, negatives, and neutral. Every decision you make in life, that's all you should look at. If somebody's like, do you want to go to the beach tomorrow? I'd be like, man, I love the beach. It's energizing. I always feel great the next day. Yeah, let's go to the beach, see? And if somebody's like, hey, do you want to go to a bar with loud music? I'd be like, that's negative or neutral to me. I'm not drinking right now. I don't like loud music. No, you get what I mean? So it's like, just honor, like, is it going to energize you or drain you? Does it make you feel positive or does it make you feel negative and resentful? And neutral's not a bad thing if you're trying to navigate back to alignment, but always pick what feels energizing and positive. Because every decision, you can literally break it down as to like positive, negative, neutral, energizing, draining, or neutral. Like, that's it. And then it's like track everything you do. I don't know if we did that yesterday, but it's like track everything you do throughout the day and give it a plus, minus, or a negative. And then at the end of the day, look at the negatives. Don't ever do them again. If it's neutral, do it last. But that's a whole nother video. I'm going to have to remake that one a little bit. But anyways, today's setup, if you spaced out and watched it, is work, friends, partners, money, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and environment. When you take in those 9 factors, it'll show you everything that life is trying to communicate with you, and it's your job to understand how to send it. So if your mental and physical is like busy and scattered, it's not for you. If you're feeling confused, it's not for you, or you don't know enough information, or you're ahead of yourself. You know, it's like endlessly, like we shouldn't feel confused, we shouldn't feel drained, we shouldn't feel all these negative emotions. Though they're there in parts of life to create contrast, we should be abundant. We're all abundant beings. We should have the most energy. We should live the most aligned lives. We should feel good in our bodies. We should, you know, all this stuff isn't magic. It isn't woo-woo. It's simply just knowing like those are your birthrights. And if you don't believe that, you have so much conditioning from other people's beliefs instilled onto you, and you need to work on clearing those. If you want to work on clearing those, hit me up. It probably falls in one of my containers. I don't offer this, but I could probably help you, as you can see on this exercise. But anyways, guys, check the description box. Like I said, there's going to be an Eden link probably around Lionsgate. It feels like a good time to drop it on 808. So stay tuned for that. And then, yeah, you never know what I'm going to drop in the description box. It's always there. And like I said, it's free. Enoch's free to join. Eden gets you connected with me on whatever level you want to, whether it's spiritual, tech and AI, creative, full stack creator, or unifying your whole experience together. And then, yeah, sexy moron, all that stuff's in the description box below. Check it out. Peace out. Thank you for being here, and have a great day.